You keep telling yourself, I just want to feel like myself again. But what if the version of you before burnout was surviving by overworking, overgiving, and holding everything together alone? Burnout can change you, but different does not always mean damaged. Hello, and welcome back to the universe, friends. This is the space where we protect your peace and learn how to move through life when it feels overwhelming without letting it take over. Today, we're talking about what happens when burnout changes who you are and how to stop feeling like you have to become the old version of yourself again. Because maybe burnout didn't ruin you. Maybe it showed you what you were never meant to keep carrying. And stay with me because by the end of this video, I want to leave you with a few gentle tools that may help this feel a little lighter. Let's talk about why you feel like a different person. One of the hardest parts of burnout is that it does not just affect your energy, it affects your identity. You see, after burnout, you might notice you do not have the same patience. You do not want to be around people as much. You feel more emotional, more sensitive, or numb. You cannot push yourself the way you used to. Things that once felt normal now feel overwhelming. You have less tolerance for one sided relationships, constant pressure, or being needed all the time. And because of that, you might start thinking, what is wrong with me? Why am I not the same anymore? Did burnout ruin me? But often, what burnout changes is not your worth, it changes your willingness to abandon yourself. You abandoned yourself by being the version of you that said yes to everything, the version of you that kept going no matter how tired you were, the version of you that always took care of everyone else before yourself. That version of you may have survived by disconnecting from your own limits. And now your mind and body are saying, we cannot do that anymore. So let's talk about the grief that no one talks about. You see, because there is often a grief that comes with burnout. You grieve the version of yourself who seemed more motivated, more social, more capable, and more driven. You grieve the person who could stay up late, do everything, show up for everyone, and still keep moving. But here's the part no one says. You can miss that version of yourself and still recognize that they were hurting. You can miss the old you and still admit that the old you was carrying too much. Maybe the old version of you was always trying to earn rest, afraid to disappoint people, constantly proving your worth, pushing through stress because you thought you had to, taking care of everyone else while quietly falling apart. Of course, you are different now. You have seen what happens when you live like that for too long. Now, what burnout might be trying to teach you is that sometimes burnout changes you because it is showing you what you can no longer survive. Maybe you are not becoming weaker. Maybe you're becoming more honest. Maybe you are finally noticing, I need more rest than I used to. I need stronger boundaries. I cannot keep pretending I am okay. I do not want relationships where I have to earn love by overgiving. I do not want success if it costs me my peace. Those are not signs that you are broken. Those are signs that you are learning to listen to yourself. The new you might be someone who says no sooner, needs more quiet, protects your energy, takes longer to recover, and care less about performing and more about feeling safe. And honestly, that version of you deserves compassion too. Now, thank you for staying with me. This is the part where I want to share a few gentle ideas that may help if you've been feeling unlike yourself lately. You do not have to do all of them. You do not have to turn this into another thing to fix. Just choose the one that feels the lightest or the most helpful for where you are right now. So here's the toolkit. If you do not feel like the old version of yourself anymore, do not make your goal to become them again. Instead, ask, what does this version of me need? So, here are 4 things you can try, but remember, I said you only have to try one. Tool number 1, stop measuring yourself against the old you. You see, the old version of you had a different level of stress, energy, pressure, and pain. You are not failing because you cannot do what you used to do. You are responding to what you have been through. So try replacing I should be able to do more with I am learning what is realistic for me right now. Tool number 2, create a minimum version of the day. So on low energy days, stop expecting yourself to do everything. Create a minimum version of the day. For example, do one important task or one thing that helps your body, or maybe one thing that helps you feel emotionally safe. Maybe today your minimum version is answer one email, drink water, and eat lunch. Sit outside for 5 minutes. That still counts. You do not have to earn rest by completely burning yourself out first. Tool number 3, practice one boundary. Burnout often teaches us where we have been overextending ourselves. So ask yourself, where am I still acting like I have the same capacity I used to? Then practice one small boundary. You could say, I can't keep doing this the way I used to. I need more time before I can commit to that. I want to help, but I do not have the capacity right now. You do not need to explain yourself into exhaustion. Tool number 4, regulate before you judge yourself. When you are burned out, everything can feel more intense. You are more likely to think something is wrong with you when really your nervous system is overwhelmed. Before you judge yourself, try giving your body a signal that you are safe. Try unclenching your fists, relaxing your shoulders, taking a slow breath out that is longer than the breath in, putting your hand on your chest, or stepping outside for a couple of minutes. Then ask yourself again, what do I actually need right now? If this is resonating, you may also want to watch my video, The 5 Stages of Burnout. Which one are you in right now? It can help you understand where you are in burnout and why you may not feel like yourself right now. Now get yourself a journal or pen if you want, or just sit with this question. But what is one thing the old you used to carry that you do not want to carry anymore? And if you want, put your response in the comments. If you do not feel like yourself anymore, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not failing, and you do not have to force yourself to become the version of you that survived by suffering in silence. Maybe you are changing. Maybe you are becoming someone who can no longer tolerate being abandoned by everyone else, including yourself. And maybe that is not the worst thing. Maybe that is the beginning of finally coming home to yourself. If you needed this reminder today, subscribe and stay in the universe. You do not have to figure this out alone. Until the next time, keep growing gently. Take care, friends. I'll see you back in the universe soon.